thanks to our co-main event sponsor, Smex Indo. We've got Asu Almabaev in red, Kenneth "Smooth" Maningat in black. Maybe a takedown coming Smooth's way shortly.
Oh, this double job and carry on is tiring. Anyway, back to the fight. Co-main event, Almabaev taking on Maningat. 6-0, perfect as a professional, taking on Almabaev, who's currently riding a 12-fight win streak. He is the #1 ranked flyweight in Central Asia, the Middle East and Kazakhstan. Many believe with an emphatic win he could place himself front and center for a crack at the flyweight title.
Asu Almabaev is a very quick study in mixed martial arts. It's not going to take him long. As you saw right there, it's not going to take him long to get the distance reads. He needs to get a shot and then a takedown.
It is crazy to think Maningat has been a pro since August 2021. Almabaev has been a pro since June 2013, Kirik.
That's why this is a rocky story. That's why we are so proud of Kenneth "Smooth" Maningat taking this fight on short notice. He's doing a good job, throwing some shots from bottom. Takedowns in and of themselves don't mean too much in this sport anymore. Those little shots don't cause a lot of damage, but they're a lot better than nothing. Smooth is doing a very good job of not hitting the back of the head.
He has the butterflies. He may try and elevate and sweep, or try and get himself up off the cage. But right now, Asu Almabaev is putting on a clinic, as he so often does. In his last fight, he defeated Zach Makovsky via unanimous decision. That is huge, Kirik.
He is possessed of absolutely devastating skills, howsoever. I am seeing some good work on bottom from Kenneth "Smooth." He's keeping himself completely safe thus far. He's landing a large number of strikes. He just landed a nice elbow, just landed a second one. Some of his shots have been close to the back of the head, but not have hit the back of the head. Brave Nation, imagine somebody with a mohawk, or take a cell phone, put it on the top of your head, run it down the back. That area cannot be hit. Howsoever, if you start a punch and the opponent turns his head, it happens to hit the back of the head by happenstance. That is allowed. Every shot I've seen so far has been legal. Almabaev now starting to throw some bigger shots from top. Certainly from standing. Zulfikar got a very clear standing of his opponent's footwork, of his opponent's reaction time. Was able to land a big kick, was able to take his opponent down. He seems to be having a little bit, less of a understanding on the ground.
He is eating absolutely huge shots, and it is a huge transition from the regional Filipino scene to the global stage of mixed martial arts. And Kenneth "Smooth" Maningat is finding that out the hard way. Potential might here, Kirik. May try and score some elbows from this position. He needs to try and turn in towards Almabaev.
There's different approaches, Brave Nation, you can have as far as ground and pound goes. One is to go with volume, and the other one is to go with big shots.
Just like that, Kirik.
And what we just saw was the first combination of big shots and volume. Zulfikar, prior to this, was content to go for the rare big shot. Now he's starting to punch in bunches on the ground. Maningat not showing any ability to come off the floor, although he has done an excellent job of striking from bottom.
I think it's better to cut it out.
Okay.
So you can
Guard pass attempt.
You can go straight to the introduction.
Zulfikar almost passed that guard, but has not managed to do so to any significant extent. We're going to bottom half guard, but half guard is half mountain mixed martial arts. We've got a 3/4 guard, and we are very close to mount. We got Almost had mount. Very nice guard work by the man from the Philippines. Continues to strike from bottom.
And you have to give him credit for the type of heart he's shown, but he is eating big shots. And he looks tired, Kirk. He was a little bit labored getting up to his feet.
Getting a little second look at that action. First kick thrown of the fight lands, drives the opponent backwards. Boom, there it is a second time.
I think Kenneth Maningat is realizing that there are indeed levels to global mixed martial arts right now.
He is using his jiu-jitsu very effectively, though. Jiu-jitsu is primarily a defensive art. It's the art you need when you are not on top, when you are not the top dog. So far, he's used his guard very ably, hasn't seen it pass to a significant extent, and actually outlanded his opponent in terms of sheer number of strikes.
But he cannot allow himself to be put on his back again for that length of time. He needs to circle, he needs to use his jab. Last thing you want is Asu Almabaev on top of you for another 5 minutes.
Maningat looking very focused, staring his opponent down, looking to his corner for last-minute reminders of what they went over during that minute in between the rounds.
There is a lot of excess moisture on Almabaev. Oh, big swing and a miss. Almabaev is coming into this fight with bad intentions, has the double underhook, strip takedown.
Smooth going to start employing that guard that he's used fairly effectively throughout the first round.
And this
Almabaev, I do believe, Phil, needs to be a little bit more aggressive. He's going to either want to get totally past that guard or posture back a little bit, throw some big shots down.
you can see huge shots being landed by Almabaev. And this is just what he does. He forces you to play his game. It's your responsibility to get up. Some people may say it's not a particularly exciting style, but it's the responsibility of the man on the bottom to get up.
Absolutely. This is mixed martial arts. This is not tough man where they stand you up after, whatever, 10 seconds on the ground. You want to get up, you got to force your way up. And when you try and force a stand-up against a fighter with a skill level of Asu Almabaev, it is a tall order.
Big shots again from Almabaev. I think he's starting to switch it up a little bit, Carrick.
Very smart to go after the body and not just the head. That'll lower the arms a little bit, make it that much harder to land to the head. Maningat employing his guard defensively with the foot and the hip. Not seeing any offense from him at all now. The volume of shots coming in is simply too many. Almabaev just ripping those punches down.
It'll be interesting to see what Kenneth Maningat tries to do from this position. I think a little bit of fatigue might be setting in. This is unquestionably the highest level opponent he has ever faced. And with that brings the highest level offense he has ever faced.
And the need, of course, to scramble like he never has before to keep himself as safe as possible. Potential little cut on the head already. The difference in speed, the difference in power when you're on the top and your name is Asu Almabaev as opposed to being on the bottom is very startling to watch.
And he's doing just enough. It's constant motion. It's enough to keep himself honest in the eyes of the referee so he doesn't get stood up.
I don't think there's any fear of a stand-up here right now.
Not at all.
Keeping his opponent almost entirely on the defensive, attacking the body, attacking the head, returning to a safe spot. Maningat has got a foot on the hip, trying to make some distance potentially to push his opponent back to stand up. But those brilliant hips of Zulfikar popped right by that foot.
May take the back.
There's one hook in, Brave Nation.
Trying to work that other hook. There it is.
Second hook's in, Brave Nation.
Pound to pound
Choke
to
is in, Brave Nation.
Bicep kick.
And that's it.
Wow.
It is over. Submission win for Zulfikar. Brave Combat Federation has scoured the world, looking for regions with talent that weren't recognized, looking for nations with talent that's not recognized. Central Asia, hotbed of talent. Kazakhstan, amazing talent there, as we're seeing right here. And I have to add, Kenneth "Smooth" Maningat took that fight on short notice, fought very well defensively, gave it everything he had. It wasn't enough, as we're watching unfold right here. That forearm is underneath the chin. Both hooks are in. There is only two options here: nap and tap. Kenneth Smooth took the smart one. He tapped to that choke. He's going to be back in the gym on Monday with his coach, the great Rolando D. We're going to see Kenneth Smooth again in the Brave Combat Federation cage. I guarantee it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referees, Luisa wants to post a halt to the action at 3 minutes and 30 seconds of the second round.